Hi everyone. Last time we discussed the rules of a descriptive speech and the tips and tricks which you need to use in a descriptive speech as well. Now, for a good descriptive speech, we should learn different words and incorporate them in our daily life as well as in any speech that you are preparing. Now, descriptive vocabulary is basically the usage of adjectives in your speech. You can learn them for a particular task. It can be a debate or a speech which you are preparing. You can use descriptive vocabulary in your daily routine while you're talking to someone or communicating in business meetings. In addition, you can use descriptive vocabulary when you're preparing for an exam or any particular test which is due. Now, there are two methods to learn vocabulary. The first scenario is when you use different words and you learn new words and use them either for your task or your speech or any kind of exam. And the second usage is when you are inculcating words into your vocabulary and developing your lexical resource. That is for your daily use. Now, I would recommend you the second scenario because if you only learn something just for the sake of an event or a task, it's okay for now, but later on you are going to forget those descriptive vocabulary words. If you learn them for the basis of usage in day-to-day life, then you're bound to remember them in future as well. So, let's get started and learn some descriptive vocabulary today which you can use in communication as well as for your preparation of any exam or any task. Let's get started. So first of all, the first word that we are going to start with is interesting. Now, interesting is a word which we use a lot of times in our daily speech. We casually say this subject is really interesting, this episode is really interesting, oh my god, that movie was really interesting. But instead of using the same word again and again, we can use different words as well. Let's learn these words. So the first one is absorbing, amusing, captivating, compelling, diverting, engaging, engrossing, entertaining, and thrilling. You can also use some other words which are intriguing, fascinating, etc. Right? So these are the words for interesting. The next word for today is happy. So again, this is one of the words which we use so often in our speech or vocabulary when we are describing an experience, that I was so happy on my birthday, I was so happy when I saw you, I'm so happy we are going on this trip. But let's get to know some other words. Amused, blissful, bright, charmed, cheerful, content, delighted, eager, enthusiastic. So you can use all these words for happiness. You can even use elated when you want to explain your scenario in which you are really happy. Next word is small. So the synonyms for small are little, mini, miniature, minute, petite, skimpy, slight, teeny weeny, and tiny. So all of these are the vocabulary words which you can use in place of small. Now the next one is amazing. Whenever we talk about something which is really splendid and it's absolutely wonderful, the word we come up with is amazing. But there are a lot of other words as well. Astonishing, awesome, breathtaking, brilliant, extraordinary, fabulous, fantastic, incredible, marvelous. Apart from these, you can remember splendid as well. The next set of words which we are going to use can be used to paraphrase the word good. So good is another word which is really into our vocabulary. We say it was a good movie, it was a good party, it was a good show. but the other words are amazing, excellent, exceptional, fantastic, marvelous, outstanding, pleasant, splendid, stupendous. So all of these words can be used for something good and amazing. Now let's learn some other words for sad. So they are gloomy, hateful, heartbroken, heavy, melancholy, miserable, mournful, somber, and sorrowful. So make sure you use all of them in sentences. Instead of cramming them or doing some kind of rote learning, it's better to use them in sentences and casually involve them in your communications rather than cramming it up and using it forcefully in your speech. The next set of words are also very interesting. So let's start with important: decisive, essential, eventful, extensive, fundamental, great, imperative, key, and major. Instead of these, you have integral, vital, pivotal, and crucial as well. You can use these words for important as well. Next we have is nice. So the paraphrasing of nice can be done with the following words: admirable, amiable, charming, congenial, considerate, courteous, delightful, enjoyable, and gracious. Now we move on to the next word, which is funny. So for funny, we have the words amusing, comical, entertaining, farcical, gleeful, goofy, hilarious, humorous, and hysterical. Talking about rich and something which looks expensive or can be associated with wealth, the words for that are affluent, deep-pocketed, fat cat, in the money, loaded. So remember, this is a slang, so only use it in informal communications. We should avoid usage of slangs in formal communication or in any type of language examination. Moneyed, opulent, prosperous, and wealthy. The next one that we are going to practice is great. So its paraphrasing is really fun as well. Awesome, excellent, exceptional, extraordinary, incredible, magnificent, marvelous, outstanding, and phenomenal. The last one for today is bad, awful, crummy, despicable, disagreeable, disgraceful, dreadful, horrible, lousy, naughty. So these are all the synonyms of bad. Now remember that these are a lot of words and it's impossible to remember all of them. So use one or two words at a time and create sentences so that a particular word stays in your mind as well. Do not push it deliberately into your mind. Alright, so that was for today and I hope to see you again.